No, welcome to Pacer Travel. We are happy to be back. We got me, Jeff. We got Bobby Joe. We got Marty. I think it's the first time we've all been together in a couple weeks.
Sounds like forever. We got the band back together.
So we are up. Okay. Let me mute this down, but apologize for last week. Last week I flew out to Tahoe, so I was, by the time I got out there, the travel, the getting over to Tahoe, and it was too much to try and do it last week. So we apologized last week. So, and we're starting to get, all right. So let us know if you can't hear us. I'm trying to go sound off of something else, but hopefully it's good. So, well, welcome back, everybody. We are again happy to be here. We got a lot to talk about. Everything from Miami 50/50, the Tahoe 200, to HOTS, course records being broken, to what's coming up, Denali's. We're going to go out to 6 days in the Dome. We got a camera out there. We'll do our Western States check-in. John Kelly, Marty's podcast. Someone ran in Africa this week, and in the Summer Slam races. So we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. And if you guys have anything in the chat that you would love us to talk about, let us know, and we're going to try and mention it. We are going to start right away, right off the bat, with Miami 50/50. So this was our local Florida race this week down in Miami. The format was 50 miles, and you had to run it with a partner. And this is put on by the running ninja, Louis Coco. Marty, have you been down to that race?
Yeah, I've done it twice.
Oh, you've done it twice. Okay. So here's some. We got some pictures from the race. This is in front of the dojo. I lost it. Hang on, I don't know what happened here. So
I was having some major FOMO when I was seeing all the pictures this weekend.
Yeah. So there's Jamie Saunders. So congrats. There's our female winners there. You had what do you call them? Who won it?
Special K.
Okay, I was gonna say KK, Special K. Katie and Katrina. And then you also had Katie Jenkins and Kay Traeger, who were second place. And then who's the third group? Was it? I'm trying to read. It's hard to read this thing. Roxy Fuentes and Lena Leon. So they were third. On the male side, you had Ramon and Mark Burgett hold up their title. So they won it again. A little bit slower than last year's time. I think last year they ran in 8:20. This year last year they ran in 8:20. The year before 8:34, and then they did 8:40 this year. So they basically won it the last 3 years. They're waiting for someone to come take them down, down there. So I like that Mark lets Ramon finish first. That's very, very gentleman of him to do that. The way it shows up in the stats. So Ramon and Mark were first. Who was the second guys? Was it Javier Hernandez and Blake Calagero? So they were second. Alan Bear and Jose Orterio were third, and then you had the mixed teams. Karen Lebetsky and Lucas Hathaway had it for the mixed team. Were there any other mixed teams on there?
Yeah,
I always have a hard time.
WTF was a mixed team.
Oh yeah. Oh, Shay and Kevin. Yep, there they are.
And then
they had some great photos.
Team Bueno was the second place mixed team. They're from Texas. They come and run all the Miami races. They do the 150.
Good deal. So congrats to everybody that was out there.
Oh, the second place male team, Blake. Blake Calagero. He's partners with Jordan, England. Anyway, he was a last minute addition. Javier Hernandez, the day before the race at bib pickup, let Lewis know that his partner had to pull out, and they called Charlie and Jamie are friends with Blake, and they were at the thing, and so they called Blake because he lives down there in South Florida to see if he could step in. So at the last minute, he jumped in.
Really?
And got second.
Yeah, I think I met Blake. Blake did the first person to do the back-to-back PTC. So I believe it was Blake. Blake finished, and him and what's his name? Jordan finished, and then they went and did it again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're talking about, or at least Jordan is talking about doing that with Across Florida this year.
yeah, I heard that. Good for him. That's 400 miles. So, well, congrats to all those that did that race. Great race. That's always on my bucket list. I'd love to get down there. I got my partner all set up. We just haven't been able to make the time and work. So one of these years. So next we're gonna head out to where I was. We're gonna go to Tahoe 200. Great race. A bunch of Floridians out there. We posted a picture on Fur. We were all this was at the start of the race. So let's see if it pops up. Here we go.
So happy.
Yeah, the runners had just run up the hill behind us. So we're crewing a couple different groups. You have Mark Hudak in there, and Scott Hoover, and then me and the other guy. We were crewing. Brian Charbonneau, he was the top Floridian, did it in 81 hours. And then Amy, what do you guys call her? Banana Champ. Yep. So she did in 88 hours. Jason Kuhnlin out of Tampa, 94 hours. Dylan McDermott, 103 miles. And Simone Valentine Austin. You had her on your podcast, right, Marty?
Yep.
Yeah, she was DFL.
Yeah.
So, but she had about 15 minutes. I think the cutoff was 105, and she did it in 104:45. So, congrats to all the Florida runners out there. Great course.
From the podcast finished the race.
What's that?
I said we had 4 different former guests of the podcast to finish that race.
Let's know if I get Lauren Jones.
Yeah, Simone, and Simon.
Oh, Simon, yeah. So it was pretty cool. I got to we flew in, and Simon flew in a couple minutes behind us. And I texted him. I said, "You here yet?" And he's like, "I just landed." I'm like, "You want to grab lunch?" So we stopped in Sacramento. We grabbed lunch on our way up to Tahoe. And then I saw him 36 hours at the 100-mile marker. We were just heading out of the aid station, and Simon was coming in. He had just come in, so I got to see him quickly there. My throwback from the race, destination races, and bunch of different feelings about it. The course was absolutely beautiful. If you're planning on doing it, it's a hard course. I think it was 38,000 feet of climbing over 200 miles. Aid stations are anywhere. I think the shortest gap is 13 miles. The longest gap is 20 miles. And so you're out there a long time. There weren't that many aid stations. Like I didn't see my crew until 36 hours into the race at the 100-mile marker. So, and then I paced them for 75 miles. Now the aid stations were great. When we got to an aid station, it was great, but it just took forever to get to aid stations. So, but here's I'm going to pull up my thing. This is footage of this is when I did this was live.
Okay, all I can see is still the picture of the Florida people.
Yeah, get down there. There we go.
It's going away.
I didn't know
Okay.
I had it up there. All right. see if this pops up. Is it popping up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Tahoe 200.
That,
I had it. Lost it.
Mine is about 24-ish miles from the finish. We got one more stop. We got one more aid station. There's Lake Tahoe out there. Getting ready for Western States. It starts over there. And we're just moving along this ridge right here. She's moving pretty strong. I think we're thinking the race is going to be 212 miles. So he's almost closing in on 190.
All right. So I got the full thing up on my Facebook page. So like I said, we just had views. Every time we turned around, you're coming around a corner and it's a different view. Even at night, you had like great views of the moon over the lake. You could see the lake. And that was the other thing. He finished with 113 miles. So the course was very, very long. And for some people, 13 miles is probably it could have been 5-6 extra hours out there on the course. But beautiful. If you're ever thinking of doing it, great place to go. A great vacation area. So pretty cool. All right. What else we have? You want to talk about HOTS, Bobby Joe?
we got HOTS. HOTS started 7 days ago, but since we weren't live, we haven't chatted about it yet. But if you don't know, it stands for Last Annual Heart of the South. And Last Annual is just it's one of Laz's races, so it's along the same lines as the Ball State, so it's not really Last Annual. So for this race, runners don't know the course until they start the race, or until the day before the race. They park their car in the same spot at Castle Rock, Georgia, where Ball State ends. They hop on a bus, and then they ride the course in reverse. 350-mile option this year and a 400-mile option. There's no different. Like whoever wins. Didn't matter if you were in the 350 or the 400. So they drove the 400, which happened to be in Missouri this time, and dropped whoever wanted to start then, went 50 miles back up the course, dropped off the 350 ones at actually in Illinois where Tunnel Hill starts. They got to run through the tunnel. And a lot of these runners, this is the only race they do. This and Ball State. It's their whole life. But we had a winner. 2 people came in at the same time, 6 days and 1 hour in. Crystal Wheatley and Ken Lamock. But because there's no ties, he let Crystal go ahead, and she touched the rock first, so she won 6 days so far. So they've gone through so they go with Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. So
yeah, that's a lot of states they went through.
Yeah.
So were
All
they
small
350s
towns.
or 400s?
I'm sorry.
Were they
Ken was a 400 starter and Crystal was a 350 starter.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So the title is Queen of the Road, and I believe you get a sticker, and that's about it. You get a sticker. That's your prize, and a little paper crown that says, a little paper crown, and then you were Queen of the Road or King of the Road. They've had rain almost relentlessly the entire time. And because no one knows the course, there's no aid stations. It's completely self-supported. But when you start going through these towns, the locals kind of pick up on what's going on. So angel stations have started popping up. So people are coming upon, coolers of ice and water or that sort of thing. So, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting format. So we've had, what was it, six finishers come in so far.
Yeah, I think when you sent me, there were 6 in there.
Yeah, 139 people, I believe, started, and over a third have already dropped out. You do have to make cutoffs. So you have to average, I want to say 35 miles a day, something like that. There was a ferry crossing 50 miles in. Less for some about 50 miles in for the so 100 miles in for the others. But you had to time the beginning so that you got to the ferry when it was open, because otherwise you'd sit there all night long and wait for it to come back, and you'd be losing time. So there was that little obstacle crossing the Missouri River. Yeah, those are the highlights.
It's a little different. The other one, what was the other one? The
What, Ball State?
Ball State. That course is the same every year, correct?
That course is the same every year, yeah. So people have set up. There's no official aid stations, but there's tons of locals that set up, aid stations in their front yards, and yeah, all the businesses know everything about it, so everybody's ready. And part of the reason for creating HOTS and making it a different course is because they want people to be as self-sufficient as possible.
Yeah.
They don't. They can't deny the Angels. They can. They're not telling the runners they're not allowed to take the aid, but they want to limit it as much as possible. So it's a true journey run.
Very interesting.
In Ball State, you still have the option to being crewed, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Yeah, this is the first year no crew is allowed.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you used to be screwed or crewed. But yeah, no, not anymore. But there are, it's not obvious. It could change every year, but there are a lot of Angel stations that pop up along the road. So.
Yep. So we're going to periodically, we're going to pop in. Also today started the six days in the Dome, but the 10-day. So we got the live camera up there where we're watching Doug Mail out of St. Petersburg, Florida. I see him go by occasionally, and he's been popping through. So this is the live camera of them going through. So they're 10 hours into the race, and Doug I think he was 41 miles in so far. So I think the leader's at 53 miles. I think Doug was trying to do 50 miles a day, if I don't recall. I've seen him a few times. The track is a little bit longer than a normal running track. So it has 2 ice skaters. Right? What's that?
I think it's 466.
Yeah, I don't know. It was too hard to try and keep track. They had like a chart over on the side that you would look at, then pace to try and run. And I'm like, I'll just but they had screens every time you came around so that you would see the screen and it would give you your split. So you always kind of knew. Yeah. So you had to memorize, like, if it was, I don't know, a minute and 30 seconds, you were running this pace. So it was kind of, you couldn't use your watch in there at all. Here's Doug right here. Doug's in the blue going by. That's Doug right there. Bye. Hi, Doug. All right, so we'll keep checking in on Doug.
Wonder if Mike's taking a nap right now.
I was talking to him earlier. Yeah, I had to get the link because Doug had set up the wrong link for it, and it was asking for credit card information. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And so Mike sent me the link. So Bobby Joe text Mike and tell him to pop in front of the camera, and we'll show him on screen.
I have my phone. I can't. My phone is.
Oh, yeah. He should be watching it. What else does he have to do up there?
He should be watching it.
He should be watching it. So we'll have that up. All right. You had a couple other races this weekend. Speaking of Wisconsin, you had Kettle Moraine. Just an old time race. I think it's been around since 1996, so it's been up there for a while. I mean, you're looking last year. The men's course record was broken this year. Reese, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name, broke the record by at least an hour. And he had one of the records on there in 2023. He was second fastest time. But, I mean, you have some times back there. Eric Clifton, 1999. On the women's side, I don't believe they broke into the top 10 on those, but some of those records go way back too. So that's all a race up there. They got 100 mile, 100K, 50K, 38 mile distance. So they have 130 runners cross the finish line in the 100 mile. So congrats to the course record being broken there. I want to scroll down a little bit to Laurel Highlands up in, who wants to say that word?
Ohio Pile is how it's spelled.
Yeah. Sounds good. And we had a Floridian break the course record up there for the race, and a former person on the Marty's podcast. So
top two are both there.
Oh, top two. Who was the?
Kaylee Frederick.
Oh, you've had her on the chat too? The podcast?
She's the girl that ran Badwater, 18 years old. She's like, she's 20 now. She'll be running her third time this year.
Amazing.
So, congrats to Deanna Doan. She third place overall, broke the course record. In a 46-year history, first female to go under 13 hours. So that's
badass.
Yeah. So congrats to her. I was trying to pull because we were supposed to talk about Moon Over Croom last weekend, but I was out of town. I can't find the results for Moon Over Croom. It doesn't show up on Ultra Sign Up, and I think I had them ready last week and I missed it, but for some reason they don't have them, which is fine. I don't care for them to be on Ultra Sign Up because it doesn't show up. It's not an Ultra. So I can't remember. I know Vince Carter won the 21 miles. So congrats to Vince for the win out there. All right. So what do we have coming up? Still got 6 days in the Dome. I know Eric DeSimone is running the 6-day. Do we have any other?
I honestly haven't looked.
I'm trying to pull up the stats. Who else is
I
up
did
there?
learn a little tidbit for anybody who wants to sign up. So they have the 24-hour, and 24-hour starts every day. And when you register, you pick a day, but you just show up, tell Mike and Bill, hey, I'm here, ready to start, and you can just start whenever you want. Well, start at the 9 a.m. start time each day. So that's kind of fun.
All right, so I'm on the 6th day. Sandra Villanos-Barros. I can't say her name very well. She runs all
Sandy Burris,
Sandy
make it easy.
Sandy B. Okay, you guys, I'm horrible at this. So she's up there. You got Eric DeSimone up there.
Sandy has done amazing in the 6-day and
She was just out at Tahoe crewing 2 of her athletes. Sandy was.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. We didn't talk about them, Viv and Christy, but they both dropped.
Yeah.
They had some health problems.
Yeah. So what they're talking about out there at Tahoe, everyone was getting the Tahoe lung, they called it, because all the dust gets kicked up and it gets down into your lungs, and you're just hacking when you're out there. So
sounds fun.
Yeah. So they were all staying up in Incline Village, which is at the 100-mile aid station. So when we came in, Mark Kudak came down, we were chatting. They were going to volunteer since their runner was no longer out there. So I'm scrolling through the entry list just to see who else from Florida.
Yeah, there's not really much for Floridians.
No, we got a bunch in the 6th day. And then I think we got we got Doug. So we got 2 in the 6th day, and then 1 in the 10-day won't pull up because they're in the middle of the race right now. So, all right. So we'll definitely be talking about 6th day next week, and I think Mike Melton's going to join us next week from the dome. So that should be great. A couple of other races coming up. I know we saw what Denali has happened this weekend.
Denali 135. Plus they have 100K and a 50K.
Yeah. So Andy and Amy they're doing the 50K. And so the Denali.
That looks like I would like to do that race one day.
Yeah.
And the race is the race director Sean Tracy. He's a good guy out of Pennsylvania, and he's ran long haul before, so he knows his way around here, and that's why him and Andy and Amy kind of became friends through that. He joined us down here back in 2022. He ran it.
Okay.
I've known him for a little while. He's a good guy.
I talked to Andy and Amy a week ago out at Moon Over Crew, and they're excited to go back. They're excited to go out there. So I think they're calling them the race ambassadors for the race. I thought I saw that picture on Amy's Facebook page. Yeah. The Broken Arrow Sky Race, that's happening out the week before. Western States, same area. I believe it's a shorter distance. I don't think they have the ultra distances. We'll scroll through these, see if any catch your eyes. Mountains. We talked about 6 days in the dome.
Now the race that's not on there is the Backyard Ultra that's coming up. Dead Cow Gully. It's a premier Backyard Ultra.
Down in Australia.
Yeah, it's down in Australia. The best of the best. You've got Maren Geertz, who's done 110 yards before. You've got Harvey Lewis, whose PR is 108. You've got Phil Gore, who is the Australian record holder, where he set the record there at the time, 102 yards. Sam Harvey out of New Zealand with 101 yards. I couldn't find the full current list, so the current record is held by Lucas Robel out of Belgium. So I don't know if he's going to be there. That record is 116 yards.
I was going to ask you if there was any Belgiums, because they seem to be tearing it up.
Been kicking butt. And let's see.
When does that start?
It starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Okay. Cool deal. Which could be Saturday if it's in Australia. Are tomorrow, or they're tomorrow?
I just saw a recent post that said it all starts tomorrow. So the record is 116 yards. That's 487 miles.
Jeez. That's
Maren Geertz, he is out of Belgium. He's just not the record holder, but he said he's ready. He's got 2 weeks off. So.
Yeah, they got a. I was supposed to talk to RD today. They're doing a backyard ultra. I think I told you guys about it. Backyard ultra on treadmills, but it's a 5 mile distance. So Andy Shawley's doing it. So me and Andy talked last night. I'm like, Andy, you know who else is doing it? Because they're talking about us maybe live streaming it, and which would be easy to do. I could go down there and just set a camera inside, and so, but it's on
one place. All the runners are in one place.
All in one place.
Yeah.
Yep. They're all in one gym. So, but the problem is it's on Western States Day. So I'm like, well, you have Western States. Something's going on in the back.
That room is going to get hot. With all those bodies, bodies running in one room. It's going to get warm. Yeah.
So I got to, I was supposed to talk to the RD today, and we missed each other. So we'll try and chat tomorrow. So that should be it. So it's a 5 mile distance, so it's not going to be as long. I don't think it's going to go. I don't think it's going to go more than you know,
And
20
hopefully all
hours.
the treadmills are properly calibrated and it's a
Yeah.
few things, few
Yeah.
issues that can pop
What
up.
tent, where are they going to be? St. Pete?
St. Pete, yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know the gym. It's somewhere down there in St. Pete. So, into talking about Western States, we're 2 weeks away. And as always, we always want to look at the wait list, see how far they have made it into the wait list. So they are currently, the next person to get in would be 52nd on the wait list because the next 5 have removed themselves from the wait list. So Tyler Ford would be the next person out of Virginia. Then you got 2 out of San Francisco. They're not going to remove because they can be could be at the course in an hour or so out of San Francisco. Actually, then one of them is interesting. Ken Krogsrud. He's from Auburn, California, which is where Western States finished. So that has to be interesting to see if Ken gets in the race. You got 3 of those guys that are they're considered local. And then you got a guy out of Waterbury, Connecticut, another one out of California, and then they're going down from there. So it'll be interesting to see how that wait list moves. Obviously, the 3 California guys are pretty much, if they get the call, they're going to do it. So we'll see. Tyler Ford, it'd be curious to reach it. You know, I would love to reach out to one of these guys who are like, are you packed? Are you like literally waiting to go? You know, what's the deal? So. The course out there, they're saying no snow. We did run across some snow at Tahoe, but it wasn't that bad. So, and I think while we're talking about that, Marty did his podcast with AJW, and that got dropped yesterday. And I think AJW said the same thing, that there wasn't much snow up on the course, and it's going to be no wraps this year on the course. So you're going to wade across Rucky Chucky instead of going through in the raft. So which is good. So the year I paced, we got to wade through the water at about maybe 11 o'clock at night. It was cold. So there's people in the water the whole time holding the rope for you. And I was freezing just going across, and I'm like, how are you guys staying in here for hours at a time? So I believe those are the toughest volunteers at Rucky Chucky, who have to hold that rope.
Like wetsuits on or something.
Yeah.
Chris Thornley, the owner of Squirrel's Nut Butter, he runs that job.
Does he?
He's the leader of the crossing. He's the one that paddles the boat when they ride the boat.
So does he wade in the water, or does he tell other people to wade in the water?
He wears the purple pimp hat, the purple fuzzy hat. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, he loves it. He invited me to do it last year or year before last when I was helping Tanya, but I was already committed to fixing feet. So yeah.
We almost gave you a call at Tahoe at the 100-mile mark. Brian's feet were a mess, and I'm like, I'm like, do I need to call somebody to get some? And the lady in there, she kind of knew what she was doing with feet. And so I'm like, I could call. I got a few numbers I could call, and we can put them on FaceTime. so like we have to. And his feet ended up being fine the rest of the trip. So speaking of that, Marty dropped the podcast with AJW yesterday. Was it yesterday, Marty?
No, it was a few days ago.
A few days ago. I think I got back in town and listened to it.
The time was kind of shut off you were shut off from the rest of the world for a few days.
Right.
I was. So let's see if this loads up.
Andy looks really happy there.
Did before. I know you've done it many times in the past for those who are not in the know.
Yeah, I mean, the Western States course, in big picture is made up of 4 sections. Okay, the first section, which most people call the high country, is basically a 50K run from Olympic Valley, the starting line, to Robinson Flat. Most of that is up above 6,000 feet. Most of it is what you would consider mountain running. You have a 4-mile climb right out of the ski area. And then you're running basically through the mountains for another 25, 26 miles, right? That for the front runners, they're going to do that in 4.5 hours. You know, the cutoff is to do that in 9 hours. The middle of the pack is going to do that in 7.5 hours. So if you're out there and you're thinking of running Western States, you know, could you run a 7.5 hour 50K at the beginning of a 100-mile race? So one.
That's a good preview. I like that part the most because I like listening to the course preview. AJ does a really good job with that. So I think next week I'm going to do AJW did whenever I do 100 miles, like the morning before I start my 100-mile race heading to the start line. He has a great speech, what to listen to before your next 100-mile race. And I think Billy Yang puts it out there. So maybe we'll play it next week. And it's good. And he sits there and have you guys ever heard it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so he makes one comment in there when you're climbing. He's like, when you're climbing up El Dorado and you're like, this isn't like those overpasses in Florida. He basically rips on the Florida runner. So great. Maybe we'll pull it in next week. Great. I love listening to it. So it's great to listen to. So, and then I believe, Marty, you're dropping another podcast this week.
Tonight, yep. Luke and Nicole.
And Luke and Nicole. I think Nicole was in the
course record at Lake to Ocean. Luke is.
Yep. Pretty cool. All right, what else do we have this week? We had one of our listeners finish Comrades. Craig Betts was out there, so congrats to Craig for getting Comrades done. I can't wait to hear that story and how that went. What else do we have? We got the Strava group this week. You did give me the information for Dead Cow Goalie, the entry list. So
yeah, that's from a few weeks ago. That's something. It's not completely updated, but it does have some of those big names on there. Jennifer Russo, of course, too, as well as there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these easily there could be records set. So with the field that's there, so it could still be going next time we come back.
When does Biggs fall? Is that in the
Biggs
fall?
is in October. Yeah,
October
11th, I believe.
Yeah, like right before Javelina.
Yeah. All right, so we got the Strava group.
Amy crushed it.
Amy crushed. I was curious if someone in the Strava group ran Tahoe 200. If any of those people are in there, and then me and Brian were talking. We're like, will the race fall for last week or will it fall for this week? Because she started on Friday, ended on Tuesday. So this is for last week, right, Bobby Joe?
Yeah, that's last week.
Yeah.
So it goes from from your start date, as long as you keep your watch running.
Yeah. So Amy, I can't read it on that screen, so I got to read it off of here. So Amy smoked us all with Michael Stork's like, whoa, what happened? 212 miles, 35,000 feet of climbing. Congrats to her.
To that.
No. I think Michael Stork did 137. He's still putting up big miles. Brigette put up 90 with the 50-50. Alex Rozier, the Dunedin guy, that's pretty impressive at 84.2 miles. Kay, I don't know who that is, but that's a good week. 75 miles. Bobby Joe, 66.
That was Katie's partner at 50-50, Kate Trey.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's where I saw that. Katie did Miami 50-50 and then another 6 miles. So she did 56 miles. Vince Carter's on there over 50 miles. I fall way down there, 43 miles. And most of mine were pacing. I did lead on Monday. I was in the lead on Monday, and I'm pretty sure I'm not in the lead anymore because I paced 38 miles of Tahoe on Monday. So, but I haven't run since. I pulled the wrong thing off. So, what else we got? We were talking about. So we talked about Craig Betts, Strava, John Kelly.
John Kelly going working on his Appalachian Trail FKT. He is crushing it. This is his 26th day. He just finished 1,466 miles. He has 723 miles to go and 2 weeks to do it. So,
Wow, killing it.
I'm trying to find a video from today.
yeah, he's
What's
been
today?
getting hit with a lot of rain as well.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. Here's the 18th. Hang on, we'll pull this up. This is John Kelly's Facebook page.
He posts videos every day if anyone's interested in his updates.
Yeah.
There's a GPS tracker you can follow. He's in Connecticut right now. He has to beat Carl Saab, 41 days, 7 hours for the northbound record. He wants to go sub 40 days, and that will be the overall record to beat Terry Dower.
That's a pretty good crowd. Look at the crowd he has out there. I don't know where we were watching it before.
I mean, it should be the most recent one, but I mean, you get the gist. He kind of says the same thing.
404, approaching Bear Mountain State Park in New York.
Oh, this is yesterday's.
Yesterday, not long after I recorded a video saying, "Hooray, the rain is gone," rain came back just in time for a nice ridgeline rocky scramble between New Jersey and New York. And to make things interesting, tough finish to the day, but still a good day. And what also arrived is my good friend Jody Eisner, who surprised me, came down from Nova Scotia and has joined the road crew until the end. So that's exciting. And also, my family arrives today.
All right.
If anybody's up in New England and wants to join him, for a couple of months, that'd be cool.
He looks like he's lost quite a few pounds in this journey.
So this lady going by right there, did you all just see that lady go by right there?
Yeah.
Never mind. She'll make it around in another hour. But anyways, she had the worst lean when we were up there last year. And she probably, in our 24 hours we were out there, probably did 2 miles. And we're talking about, we started maybe 2 days after they had. So, but I kept tracking her the whole time. I wanted to see. I think she did 100 miles in 10 days. So we'll keep this up. The last couple of things we're going to talk about is the SummerSlam races. So you got, starting off, first one you have is Lake Baldwin over Orlando, and Diana Ramirez is the RD this year for that. So thank you for her for taking that over this year. So that's a great 50K around a lake over there. I think the lake's 2.5 miles. I can't do the math, but it's a lot of laps, and it's very, very hot out there.
Laps.
So, was it 14?
18.
Yeah. It's brutal. So you got Lake Baldwin, that's July 12th. And then good news on DBR, if you're waiting for DBR, Dirty Bear Run, we just got approved for all our permits and everything. I'm not going to give away where it is or we do have the date. I'll give you the date. I believe it's August 3rd, if that's a Saturday. So we just got all that information. We were trying to get it up tonight. We may have the information up next week. August 2nd is DBR. I think we're going to be limited on spots. So our goal was to announce it on this chat and then let you guys be the first ones to sign up. So I think if we can get it together by next week, we will have it up and you guys can sign up for Dirty Bear runs. That's a 6-hour time race, and you just try and get as many miles as possible. Our goal was to keep it as close to 3 miles on the loop as we could, because that's what the course had been, and that's what we wanted to keep it at. Last information is what's that race called? Pinellas Trail Challenge. This is, I like to go to this. I always like to look at the wait list here. We're going to start calling out these people right here. We got 10 pending on the applicants. So Aaron, someone from Gainesville. We know there's a Mark Polymer. Come on, Mark. You have some of the most finishes out there. Christian Mills out of St. Petersburg. I know Christian. I'll reach out to him. So we have, there's 10 people pending applications. We have 80 applicants after it waiting to get into PTC. So
We're going to have to start with the penalties, man.
Oh, is my neighbor on there?
Number 3.
Oh, Christina Brown. So I have not run into her yet. She literally lives 3 houses down from me. I've not run into Christina Brown yet.
Bobby will like her because she's one of those. I just saw on her Instagram last night. She's into not just like, I don't know if she eats any meat or all, but she had like this picture of all these fresh fruits and veggies that she was eating. And it was like some serious food porn of like, I forgot what she called it. It was like 12 different types of tropical fruit that she had cut up.
So I really want to see Fred Soley get in, because I want to see Fred go up against Julian. That's I want that to be a race inside of the race. You know, who else we got? Eric's all the way down there. Eric DeSimone, 49th on it. And then these are all my boys right here. They waited so long to sign up. And they're hoping I can pull some weight to get them in. I don't even know who's down at I don't even know who these people are down at the end. So,
get Becca in there.
Becca, yeah, I'm surprised to see her name on there, but it's still stacked. Mark Brugette, Alec Rosier, Eric Kalina, Desi Wilson, Vince Carter, Shea Frederick, Brian Charbonneau, Whiteside, Spino's running well, Clapper, Loanne. We just go right through this list. Mike Alberts, some guy named Jeff Iosa, Julian Long, Katie Rosar, Olin Dalton.
Is Joanne on here? I don't see her name yet.
No, Joe's not going to be on there. Lucas Vidal, Katie Jenkins, Sage. I like that. Katie's ahead of Sage in the ultra sign up. Congrats, Katie.
Wow. Strong going there.
Nick, Craig. Nick's ahead of Craig. So that's kind of funny.
So, come from, though? I mean,
I find this funny because Katie just crewed Sage at Keys, and Craig just crewed Nick at Keys. I don't know, little things like that. I didn't realize Mark Gilman's on there. So one of the yeah, she's on there. I mean, you go through that list. This is Katie. I don't think have they run it? Yes, they've run this race. So both of them are in it. So
I know the year I ran, Katie Cook dropped, and Kate and Katrina finished.
I heard little Joe Miller. We talked this week. He's in it. Bobby Joe's in it. We're waiting to find out. We're waiting to find out if we're running it or live streaming it.
We'll
soon as I have a definite there, I can withdraw mine.
Yeah, there might be 3 places opening up soon.
I kind of want to run it because I have lots. I mean, I was in probably the last 10 finishers when I did run it, so I got some redemption big time.
Yeah. Well, Marty, you got to get in shape because you called your shot at Javelina.
I did. I've finally been getting some good runs in, and so I'm happy for that. Haven't really got distance back yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah,
This
slow.
heat is different, man. It's hard. It's hard to be motivated to run for like 3-4 hours in this heat. You have to get up and start like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nope, I start usually around 9 or 10 in the morning.
And just deal with it.
Yeah, you can't get used to it if you're not out there in it.
Debilitating arthritis pain. Given
Sorry.
unlimited sunlight, thanks to Dr. Paris's
Here's an ad.
relieving stiff, achy joints.
The transformations of it.
Melton throws some ads in there.
Oh,
It scared the crap out of me. I'm like, what the heck is that?
I thought you were sharing some fun stuff with us.
No, an ad popped up. I'm like, I don't know what Mike's doing up there. So so we got some great stuff coming on for PTC. Again, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We were looking for sponsors for that race. Not the race is looking for sponsors. And we did pick our charity. I don't know if we announced who the charity is. We did pick shirts this week. I should have had the shirt display up. Here comes Doug. Let's all wave to Doug as Doug goes by.
Hey, Doug.
Bye, Doug. All right. So I guess they picked a shirt. They voted, so that's all up. We may have to do a video on how to unregister from PTC because that's the biggest question we're going to have. And so that's kind of it. So we're excited coming into the summer. Next week will be pretty stacked with Western States stuff. And we're kind of excited. I think Marty wanted to do a contest. So he wanted, what do you want? People to pick their top 5, male and female?
Yep. If you pick your top 5, male and female, list what place, like first place, second place, third place, fourth, fifth, and each one, like the winner, first place gets 5 points, second 4, third 3, fourth 2, fifth 1. So if the person you picked gets any of those places, then you get that amount of points, and then the person with the most total points wins.
I'm not even doing that. I'm just rooting for David Roach.
Tennessee. Picks
Have you-
for races.
What was that?
I think Free Trail does that.
Yeah. They do that. So I'll put together mine. You can't, but Marty, you can't use AJW's picks. Yours have to be different.
I just wrote mine down, but since we've got another week, I may change it a little bit. But I intentionally went away from some of his picks. You know, he does not like David Roach. I think it was.
You know what's funny too? I was just talking to my husband about this because I'm like, he has no clue. My husband has no clue who David Roach is, but I'm like, dude comes out and crushes first 200 milers. He's been an amazing coach forever. But on top of that, he just is the nicest person in the world. And for people to hate on him because of that, and I'm not saying AJW is doing that, but some people will see a positive person and instantly want to inject negativity.
Yeah. Well, it sounded like AJW had him on his podcast. He likes David Roach. He thinks.
And a lot of people don't like the confidence either because David
Roach. He does
Roach
not like him as the winner. I should have made it clear. He don't think he's going to win.
Yeah. Well, he also didn't think Riley Brady was going to win either.
Yeah, it's funny if you look on the ultra sign up Western States, because they give you the ultra sign up target times, which are whatever. I don't know what, but they got the winners at 14:56, 14:57, 14:59. So I mean, they're pulling them real close. Whatever their algorithm is that does that, but according to ultra sign up, Hans Troyer is going to win.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys didn't even mention him.
Yeah,
I was trying to pull up the Western. My internet's doesn't want to pull up Western. I was going to pull up the emphasis list.
25-year-old. Has he even ran a 100 miler yet? No, he hasn't ran a 100 miler yet.
He is putting up
some kid with a high ultra sign up score because he's done good on his races. So
if you go to YouTube, he is putting up a lot of content, which is cool. If want to know who Hans Troyer is, it's pretty cool to find
It's
out.
gonna be. I want to see a track race finish between Killian and Roach. I think that would be fun.
Well,
Or anybody really. I mean,
last-
I'm really
going
disappointed. A
through-
couple of years ago, we had a track race finish for second place. And it
I don't know. We didn't see it. The live stream
we
botched
didn't
it.
see it because they were trying to interview Walmsley,
There's
and
Doug.
oh, that was probably some of the worst coverage
Horrible.
Airvipe has ever done.
Yeah. Not as bad as the Tahoe 200 live stream.
No, not as bad as that. But
Yeah, they finished up strong with the finish line. I guess a couple people saw us finish the race, but I haven't gone back to look at it. So I'm not about to reach out to Candace and say, "Hey, we'll come do it." No, you
pay us
gotta
in
pay us.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, give us $5,000. We'll come out there and do it. So.
At least.
It's a cool deal. So, all right, we are wrapping up just under an hour. Next week will be Western States All Talk. We'll have a little recap of some of these other races. Hopefully, we'll get some information from Denali. Mike will be joining us from the Dome, so we're excited about that. Imagine being Mike Melton and you're spending 10 days inside this dome right here. I don't think he goes out very much.
He does go out at least once a day to get sunlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, popping your head out for 5 minutes that's depressing.
Yeah. So
cold in there too, don't they? So it just kind of
Cold.
soaks into your bones.
52 degrees.
so on the far side of the track are where the chillers are, and in the middle of, so during the day it's not bad when you have a lot of people in there producing heat, but then in the night everyone leaves and it gets very cold in there. On the far side of the track are like two chillers, and you run past them and you dread it every single time that it's just gonna it's gonna suck. But it wasn't really, you could run comfortable. Like I just put a long sleeve shirt on, I had my gloves available, I had the beanie available if I needed it, and I never went to pants. Now Tahoe, I ran in my running tights the whole time. 75 miles I ran in the tights just to keep the dirt off. But it was also cold out there. It was down in the 40s out there. So we'll be watching Doug. We'll be curious to see where Doug ends up next week. And
rooting for Eric.
yeah, Eric and
Eric.
Sandy V, they'll be up there next week. So I think they start in 4 days, so they'll be in the middle of theirs when we see them. So maybe we can have Eric jump on. So Eric, when you watch this, reach out to me. We'll see if you can jump on and walk the track with us.
Yeah, take a camera around the track.
Take a camera around.
Twan is there as the official photographer.
Oh, Twan was up there last year. Is Twan up there this year?
Yeah.
So.
They were talking about it at the Keys. So as long as nothing's changed since then.
I'm hoping Mike does the competitive 24-hour next year, because I would love to go up there and see if he'll let us stream it. Because I know they did it a couple years ago, but I'm curious.
I know, Zach Bitter was planning on being there, but his injury just isn't healed enough. So we could have seen some good stuff. Yeah,
and the competitive, because we're in the 24-hour cycle, the 24-hour race year, you're not going to have a competitive because no one's going to qualify over 2 years out. So cool. Good deal. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We're going to end right at an hour. That's the goal. So we will talk to you guys next week. Have a great week. I love seeing your miles on the Strava group. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Peace.